Oh my god. Oh my god, we're finally talking about something, anything related to drama. Dude, what is wrong with these people? Why are these people balding so hard? See, this is why. They're balding. They're fucking balding. Alright? That's why. Look at this hairline. Look at this hairline. Look at. Holy shit. This guy is fucking bald. Also, look at him. Dude, he's like balding. Balding? Definitely balding. That's why he's having a VTuber. Okay? Balding. This is why. This is why. It's all the fucking bald motherfuckers.
So they're gonna not fall far from the tree, and when they see their big guy, their leader, kind of get away with doing uber creepy shit just because he's politically efficacious and he has action to prove that he's politically efficacious. Yeah, it's kind of like that's just like I don't think these guys should be hosting.
He's just the streamer Weinstein, man. Like he gets movies done, but he's fucking girls on the couch.
Okay, you gave me a lot, so I want to address at least one point. So one of the things that you said is you don't think that this is having any kind of positive effect that.
Yo, thanks so much for the donation via Streamlabs, buddy. Who and what? Hey, iPandre, okay, thank you so much for the 582. I appreciate that. David K, thank you so much. For the 673, okay, for the U-Haul fund. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Out of the 1.6 million people, you think that maybe 0.5% people might have actually like registered to vote if they weren't registered, or voted if they wanted to vote or whatever, right? Okay. So what I would argue is that efficiency, right? I have no fucking idea what's the most effective. Ads, canvassing operations, volunteering. People seem to actually really value canvassing operations, but you got to talk to a politics guy. But anyways, the point is that 0.5% of 1.6 million is 8,000 people who would have voted, who otherwise.
Well, it's more like canvassing operations are like the bare minimum, but
might not have voted. And then let's say that we give it let's give it a 10x just for the sake of argument, because I think 0.5% is probably too low. Yeah. Let's say that it's 5%. That would be 80,000 people. So let's just assume that the number is between. Let's say that it's split the difference, right?
Between positives though. How many people?
I can address negatives in a second. Right? I can address negatives in a second. But between.
Okay, who the fuck recommended this piece of content? I gotta ban them from the server ASAP.
8,000 and 80,000 people, let's call 20,000, 30,000, somewhere in there, probably registered to vote and voted Democrat because of PV's efforts, okay? Sure. These elections are being decided in states by tens of thousands of votes. Yeah. And every single one of the canvassing operations took place in a swing state. You're right, it wasn't enough, but I would never begrudge somebody who, if you say...
Listen, I am known for my mercy. Okay, I'm known for my mercy, not my cruelty.
Like, oh, you didn't win, therefore you might as well have not done anything. That makes no fucking sense.
So how many people do you think the liberal, and once again, Destiny, especially considering that Gaza was a big thing, how many people do you think liberals pissed off and caused not to vote with the way they were canvassing, the way they were talking about politics, and the way they were talking?
Well, I don't think we're talking about Israel Palestine on the canvassing trail, but I do know for a fact. Because
I think it cost them more votes.
So I know for a fact that in Michigan, it went for Biden like 68%, and Kamala lost Michigan with 40%, with like 28% or 27% going to Jill Stein, I think. But Ali, this is my point to you though, between the liberal.
With a large distant portion of their constituency. They ignore the
picture in which he accepts and moves forward, right? And within an under week, I
have to scroll down and okay, I didn't know. So let me just get these.
Wait, are we finally going back to the actual topic? Am I dreaming? Easy come, easy go. Sorry.
That's done. And then go right into it. So super chat from Landon. Here's more money I can spare. Keep grinding, black man. Oh, okay. I didn't actually read this before I put these on. So,
that might be a gamble.
It's a gamble. It is. And what Connor seems to say kind of lines up with his principles in his time on panels. So thank you for that, Landon. Let's gamble some more. Let's see what happens next. Right? YouTube. Infallible Foul. Connor, what's more evil, universal healthcare, or what's on Destiny and Bosch's computer?
What's on their computers, obviously. Oh, although can I say multiplayer, please, for the love of God? Can we drop the fucking single player shit? Jesus Christ.
Okay, I'll talk about this one. Devin, $5 per check. Elvis, Jerry Lee Lewis, Lewis Carroll, Poe, Jimmy Page, Taylor Swift.
Why the fuck are we reading? Dude, I'm sorry. It's just I can't be bothered.
Doesn't make any fucking sense. Okay.
Twins, but they she gestated for another 6 months.
Yeah, like super. Like yeah. So I looked it up. Right. See, this is the same person I saw, and it is the same person I saw. This is not. This happened right in the period where Piss was having all these arguments with Destiny about all this fucking communist shit. I think that the day after that big fucking argument, he was doxxed.
Yeah, and I'm talking to Willie Mack, who
were like Dan and Destiny.
Oh my god. Are we finally talking about the drama? Did I just hear a Willie Mack, somebody who is actually relevant? I must be imagining.
Well, see, when you say smear, I don't know the difference between smear and critique.
When I say smear, I mean make up bullshit about them that use it to tarnish their public image.
Okay, I'm trying not to ping pong between the account. I don't support everything Dan does.
Why would you do that?
Because they're two people. They're not one person.
Okay, but they're working together on a project. Very obviously, they've been doing so much.
What project?
Years, actually. What do you mean, what project?
Destroy
you don't think Dan behaves as like Destiny's little attack dog and goes after people? Like what? Like he's been
not
there for
like
fucking years.
No, Destiny has said multiple times on their show that he does not condone like 90% of what Dan does.
Trustworthy source.
And this is why he posted the docs that Dan.
No, the trustworthy source is some guy told Doobie that this might be Dan's account. That's the source.
So wait 1 second. So you're...
Bro, my ears are bleeding. My ears are bleeding. Dude, whose mic is this?
You're saying that Destiny, the guy who said, oh, he doesn't approve of like Dan's behavior. He again posted JSock's docs on Twitter that he got.
Yeah,
from fucking Dan.
I agree with that. Should we go into that one?
So why you just I just tried to and you said it's too convoluted and complicated or whatever.
No, I was saying that, and then you said, oh no, it's
okay. Then explain how that's justified. Who did JSock off?
Yeah, so there is very good reason to believe that JStock has like fostered his community and supported lots of people that have basically either doxed Destiny or doxed anybody that. Well, hold on. All right, I'll put it up.
You know, there's a better way to counter dox. It's to report it to the police. What the fuck?
It's not illegal to dox people.
Oh, okay, sorry. Before you go there, hold on.
Doxing is not a crime.
Quick, money. $10 from us.
So
$10.
you have no more
money.
Doxing is not a crime. Please deal with crime. Not Fabian's morality.
Alexander Wren at Doobie.
Well, you already said that you support.
Well, if you call the police, you should probably give a fuck, Fabian, about what they can do.
Destiny is a complete idiot. Then also, how are you certain on the doxing of Peace Go by DGG?
Wait, I don't think Destiny's an idiot.
Doxing in and of itself is
you
a
guys
crime.
think Destiny's an idiot.
How you obtain that information can be.
Yeah, it can be, but it's not inherently.
Right. So if rape was legal, would you have a problem with rape?
I don't know. Maybe.
Okay. Well, then get the fuck out of here.
No, hold on. I actually have a question.
Like this dude's a clown. Like
no, hold on. I'm a lost and stand.
Fabian, you're an exhibit at a zoo that people come to watch. So don't fucking.
Dude, keep him here. What are you talking about? Like, this guy is the only person that's bringing the content. Like, this is literally, like, the only person who's bringing the content. That was epic. Please do more of that, okay? That's true. Look at Fabian. God, look at Fabian. Oh my god. Look at this fucking inbred look at this, like, 30-year-old chud logic right here, okay? Like, 27-year-old chud.
Here and fling shit at me.
Does anybody even know what this weirdo looks like? Or is he always off camera?
He's very normal looking. I know what he looks like. He's very normal looking.
Ah, very nice, weirdo. Good job. Good. You're very good at blood sports, buddy. Good done.
Okay, all right, fair enough. Oh, he's a very handsome retard. Cool.
Why is he here? He's a very sharp-looking guy.
One second. Just
what are we doing?
We got a super chat here. So, Doobie, do you think Destiny's a complete idiot then? Also, how certain are you on the doxing of Peace Go by DGG? Thank you, Alexander, for being so kind. I hope you're doing well. I haven't seen you in a while, but I'm
so mad, dude.
Go ahead.
Okay, so no, I don't think he's a complete idiot. I think that in this specific sphere, when he feels like he's attacked, I think he gets very impulsive and does a lot of dumb shit, right? And when it comes to like his sexual shit, very impulsive, does a lot of dumb shit. I think that showing Willie Mack this, right, and isn't, I think even if he didn't have it, just showing it, which would imply to somebody that you do fucking have access to it, is dumb as fuck. There's no reason to show the video title or the video name to say, oh yeah, it's really fucking weird to think that he was recording these when she was underage. There's no reason to show that, right?
To Willie Mack, you're talking about?
Yeah, no reason to show that to Willie Mack. Yeah. So the fact
really,
that
wait, no reason?
Yes, no reason at all.
None.
No reason at all. There's nothing gained from showing the fucking video title. No. I'm so, like,
okay.
what was gained from that?
Destiny, obviously, like this guy Solo, whatever his name is probably on Destiny's top 10 most hated list. So if he can burn him for having like CP, okay, can we agree on this then?
Okay, hold on.
Is this guy
showing the video title?
What?
Okay, so I understand that it's very likely that Solo is producing CSAM and selling it
knowingly.
I think this, yeah. I know.
Fabian looks like a crossbreed between a hilichurl and obese Adam Leving. What?
I think Destiny should have reported that when he found out about this last fucking year. But to be clear,
okay,
what the fuck was the benefit of not just saying that? Because there are other screenshots where Solo admits that this was the case, that he was they were recording these, and that and that she was underage at the time. You don't need to show the fucking video title. So what was the purpose of showing the video?
So what I imagine the purpose to be is, for one, do you believe that Destiny did not think that Willie Mack was going to make a video like right after their conversation?
Yeah. What was the purpose of the video title?
Okay, you believe that? Okay, so if I were Destiny and I'm talking to Willie Mack, and I'm talking to Willie Mack, who is allegedly making a video to cover like drama or whatever, because that's what he does. Like, here's some more information about what I know that this guy probably has on his computer.
Okay, again, there were screenshots released last year, I think by Destiny even, because there were his conversations between him and Solo, or they might have been released by Solo, I'm not sure who released these, where Solo says that she was underage at the time. And in that period, and he says underage at the time, these fucking like sex videos were making, were like sexing with her, whatever the fuck. That was released last year. That is all Willie Mack would need to.
God, Fabian Liberty looks like if somebody tried to draw Chud logic from memory, dude.
Show there's no reason to show the top of a fucking video in the video title. Absolutely no reason to do this. So even the fact that he did even if he doesn't have it on his fucking computer, the fact that he would do that, which would imply to somebody that he does, and then the way that he answered, which was when he was asked, it was like, oh, it depends why you're asking. And then he gives like this fucking convoluted reason, hypothetical for why it might be beneficial to keep it. I think all this indicates he's a fucking idiot on this topic. Yes.
Okay. Do you have a steel man or strongest argument for why he would have it?
The strongest argument is that he genuinely thought, for some fucking reason, that his lawyers had instructed him to hold on to potential CSAM, which I sincerely doubt. I believe they told him to hold the messages or whatever, make copies of those, anything to be pulled up in Discovery. But the CSAM itself, no. I think if he had told them, hey, I have a reason to believe this person is underage, I do not believe Destiny's high-priced lawyers would have told him to save that on his fucking computer or on a USB or wherever the fuck.
And to share it on Discord messages.
Yeah, and to share it on fucking Discord messages.
And make sure you blur it out.
This is potential.
Ooh. So again, the reason why he had that, okay, is so then, well, I mean, if you want to know the official reason from what I've been told and what is already known or whatever, all right, just FYI, it is, what is going on in general chat, dude? What is going on? It's because he knew something illegal was already going on, but he didn't think that it would be CSAM. Does that make sense? He had something that was illegal, that he thought that Solo was guilty of revenge porn. Right? He wanted to punish Solo. That's the narrative coming in from Destiny's End at the very least. He wanted to punish Solo, so therefore he wanted the first law firm, okay, to just yeah.
Sam, you need to get all that shit, take it to the fucking police, and let them follow up on this because it's like the sale and production of child porn. Like, absolutely.
Like someone had to blur the videos, right? Someone had to edit the videos to blur them. No.
Can I wanted to ask a question, Lawson.
With one hand, I'm guessing.
If we're gonna say, that like, well, yes, Destiny doxed JStock, but JStock had it coming because he cultivated a community that led to other doxes. Could Doobie not say the exact same claim about the community that Destiny has created that led to Peace Coast dox?
He absolutely could, and I would want to see proof of that.
When you say
But the reason why you can't say that is because how close J-Stoke and Queeman is to the actual doxers is so much closer than Pisco with any other doxer or doxing community, period. Right? I mean, I think you can argue maybe Hassan's community, but no. Right? Because remember, keep in mind, this is not even close to the same magnitude, right? Because you have Solo coming to Queeman first with the leaks. You have Solo coming to Queeman first for the leaks, okay? To give the leaks in person. This isn't like we're not just talking about going onto a forum or some tangential kind of thing, right? We're talking about this person contacted Queeman in DMs to give them the leaks, allegedly, okay? This is how close they are, all right? So yeah, this is not even remotely. And let me tell you about something else that's close, okay? Blav themselves have entered Spicy Chat at multiple times with alt accounts. Yeah? So Blav, the infamous doxer of everybody, entered Spicy Chat. The distance between J-Stoke and Queeman with these doxers in terms of relationships and positive receptions and such is so much more different than Pisco and any other buddy else of that matter, right? Yeah? So yeah.
Proof of that. Like what kind of proof did you need?
Happened.
Not even close.
No, hold on, because we're talking about like something much more nebulous. Because when it comes to like,
and just FYI, Lactoid saying this is utterly and completely dishonest, okay? Yeah, considering how he doesn't really have a good history of being honest. Well, not being honest, sorry, not about being honest or not, or being dishonest or whatever. I think that this is just a disingenuous comparison. That's it, yeah.
J-Stock's dox is very explicit, right? He doxes him. But the allegation that, well, he deserved it because he cultivated a community that led some people within the community to dox some other people. This is like a second order removed consequence now.
I agree.
I could just simply send you a video of Destiny being critical.
No, it's a first order degree consequence. It's a second. No, sorry. For J-Stoke and Queeman, they're second degree order consequence or first degree order consequence. It doesn't really matter. But then for Pisco, that is like 5 degrees. Okay, I don't even know, like, or second to third degrees or 4 degrees. Like, that's
Pisco.
sorry.
And that would be enough to satisfy the standard.
No, because so is anybody familiar with JStock's like server and the
Oh my god, thank you for pushing back. Whoever this Lawson person is, oh my god, Lawson, please be a viewer. Please be a viewer. Please be a viewer, okay? Please be a viewer. Please be a viewer. Listen, all right, yes, you shouldn't grant him this. You should not grant him this, okay? Yes.
people that he surrounds himself with?
He's very.
This is also just
chatter.
real quick. This was actually heartbreaking
Good
for me
job.
because Gisticle was one of my favorite Destiny orbiters back in the day, and I don't know if anybody's familiar with the time.
Okay, never mind. This guy has shit takes, shit opinions, okay? And nobody should ever listen to this person, okay? Okay, kidding.
Line of when Gisticle got his fully erect Destiny hate boner, but the timeline is very convenient with when he started dating Cherry.
Which orbit?
Wait, hold on. Lawson, if you're here in chat, say hi. Because I have so many. I feel like I feel like a lot of my base now, I feel like it's undeniable that I have a lot of ex-J-Stoke people here. And yeah. Listen, I recognize some talking points, okay? I don't know if you got them from me, but pretty good, okay? Yeah.
Years are left.
Hold on, and to be clear,
I don't think any.
Cherry's the one that Destiny recorded her without her consent, and then
No, that's not even true.
How do you know that's not true?
How do you know it is true?
Okay, again, so what I'm saying is Cherry's the one that said that Destiny did this, and she has at least
Okay.
four.
Is this?
She's at least.
Why
no,
did
she's
we
at
bring
least-
up the
Well, no, I'm sorry. Hold on. No, hold on.
This is my man.
First of all,
finish this.
you guys are gonna sit here and like flip shit at me because someone says this guy recorded this chick without her consent, and I say, what's the proof of that? Are you
Reason it's not
serious?
true.
You want
Reason
proof of
it's
it?
not
Well,
true.
yeah, yes, because
That's not what
by
you said.
defaultly it's not
You said
true
it's not
until it's
true.
proven true.
Okay, so again,
That's not how truth
so
works.
wait, one second. So my understanding of the Cherry thing is, yeah, she said that she was recorded without her consent, apparently multiple times, and this was shared with at least I think
She sure did say that.
Yes, and then there are other people who have verified that they either received or those recordings from Destiny, or that.
Is this Doobie's voice? This is Doobie's voice, right? Because his frog avatar is broken. I'm sorry, his frog avatar is just broken. So I'm assuming this is Doobie.
After she found out, she showed them to prove that she was that this actually happened,
Mhm.
and then I think the person who said
Hey,
that they-
wait, can we zoom in on verified and which people these are?
Wait, one second.
No,
And then
dude, because we
no,
keep
let me
just
finish.
skipping past
No,
the shit
I'm
that
on the
actually
same thing.
matters.
I'm on the same thing.
Okay,
right?
go ahead.
So, and then the person who allegedly got this, right, from Rose's DMs, posted a snippet of it on like Twitter, or like I think like the first 10 seconds or something, right? So like that's everything that Cherry has to back up her position. And she's
No, this is
wait,
okay.
one second.
All right, sorry. Go
She's
ahead. go
confident.
ahead.
She's
Jesus
confident
Christ.
enough that this is actually true. That she filed a police report.
Uh-huh.
It hasn't, so far as I'm aware, hasn't gone anywhere yet. But she's filed a police
Uh-huh.
report. And while all Destiny has is no, not true. And so, and rather than, and when I brought this up, you didn't say that, oh, we're not sure of this, or it hasn't been confirmed. You say, no, it's not true.
Yes, because when someone's accused of something and they don't like have any proof for it, yes, my default is it's not true.
Believe all
I
Correct.
think she would
women.
need to like leak her fucking revenge porn to you.
No,
To, like,
Lactoid, it's
like,
believe
how
all
would she do it?
Gentiles today. So
Hold on, how would she prove this to you?
what?
How would she prove this?
How
to
would she prove that she was recorded without her? Well, how does she know she was recorded without her consent?
you? Because she has copies of the recording.
What?
Okay,
recording
that would be a start.
You want copies of the fucking recordings?
Well, dude, do you understand? You're asking for a standard that no one would ever accept ever.
What do you?
You understand that?
Hold on,
Okay,
I'm talking about
Doobie,
45 people
I
that
have
don't-
recordings of you.
Holy shit. Wait, this person sounds like he has like fucking personal investment into this shit. I mean, like the thing is that I have personal investment because I've been covering this, right? But like, holy shit. I mean, okay, I mean, again, I think a narrative that I feel like I haven't really heard yet, that is countered at the very least is people. Okay, I don't want to hear. Listen, I don't want to hear the recording itself, but the people who have heard the recordings, or at least a section of it, have said that, why the hell does Cherry sound louder in the recording? Right? Doesn't that imply that she is closer? Like, why does it sound like Cherry is closer than Destiny to the recording? Do you know what that implies? It implies that it could be the case that it was Cherry that recorded it, or it was Cherry that approved of Destiny recording it and then had the phone on her side, right? Makes sense? Like, and then she revoked consent later on. I don't know, right? The thing is that like the thing is that we don't know, right? The only thing that could resolve this is a police report, but you shouldn't conclude, right? You shouldn't conclude, right? So the thing is that like, yeah, I mean, I guess you can condemn Destiny for this, right? Or whatever. But the thing is that like, you don't know where is where, right? Yeah.
Outside my window, videotaping me jacking off, and I didn't know you were there. I have them though. So where do we go? Where do we go from here?
We have 4 or 5 other people.
I have
Did you file police support?
What
Do you
people?
have several other
Okay,
people
this is
supporting
why I
you?
wanted to stop you, because what
God.
people are you talking about?
It's 15.
And what-
Name names, every single name ever interacted with the situation, dude.
Yes, that's what I asked. You fucking
Alexander
retard.
Wynn.
Listen, it's 15-2. 15-2, okay? Don't get it wrong.
Alexander's wrong.
Yes.
Alexander's
He
wrong.
says $10. Says she was not recorded without her consent. It was shared without her consent.
Yeah, he's wrong.
I don't
He
think
thinks
that's
he's
true.
talking about one of the
That's
other.
not the
he's
claim.
thinking about one of
The
the other
claim
girls
could be
that
wrong.
it's happened to.
The claim could be wrong, but that's not
That's
the claim.
not-
The claim is that
Yeah.
she was recorded without her consent, and
Uh-huh.
then it was shared without her consent, and she learned
was
of the
audio.
recording because of the it
She
was audio
faked one?
recording.
Oh.
That she
Yeah.
learned of the recording because of it being shared.
Mhm.
Well,
Yeah.
because of it
So-
being doxed from being shared to someone else.
Yes,
Not
that is the
doxed,
claim.
Right.
Maybe.
Okay. So again, they're like, I think Queeman, JStalk, that fuck, what's the girl's name? One of the ones that said she received it. I forget her name, but she wasn't in JStalk's crew, if that's what you're thinking. She said on Twitter that she received it, and she told Cherry about it. I forget her fucking name. It's like is it like Abby or some shit? I can't remember her fucking name. But there's like 3 or 4
I'm
people,
familiar with Abby.
three or 4 people who said that they've seen this, right? And that it exists and that it's real, right? So, and given the other behavior that was made public at the time, which is sharing of people's news and shit without consent, and recording audio of people, very which
Well, what other audio? Stop. Wait. Please don't pile
I'll
stuff
tell you.
on. One at a time,
I'm
please.
giving you all the reasons, but I think it's very likely that it's true. Okay, more
Yes,
likely
but-
than not that it's true.
Okay.
So, and one of the other reasons is that there was another recording that was released of him with some dude that was just audio, and he took it in his pocket, right? And the thing is, oh well, some people get nervous, and when this was brought up, it's like, oh well, some people get nervous with the camera, so I record in my pocket. That's fucking nonsense. I'm sorry, like no. So, I think it's very likely that based on all this, right, and probably some other things I'm forgetting right now, that this happened to Cherry and he did this. Right, so so if Destiny's response to this is no, not true, then yeah, I have no reason to believe him at this point because he's lied about so many other things.
This is a different,
Like what?
different allegation. Just none of them are true.
Well, fuck. Which ones are true?
What do you mean so many other
All
things?
of them, I think.
Wait, hold on. What do you mean
All of
so
them
many
you
other
think?
things?
Yeah.
Hold on.
There's not even one that's even confirmed beyond the shadow of a doubt to be true beyond the like there's not even one of them that's been confirmed to be beyond the shadow of a doubt like Steven is in the wrong, right? Like except for maybe the explicit sharing, but then I think even in that case, like even then it was Pixie that also shared back, right? If what we can hear from the transcript was correct, right? Because the thing is that according to the preliminary hearings or whatever, Pixie also did the same thing by sharing Destiny's recordings and her recordings of Destiny without his consent, right? So the thing is that like I'm not even sure what's even confirmed to be beyond a shadow of a doubt like Destiny's fault at this point. Like it's just so stupid like how everything has gone so above and beyond, like, and no evidence, and these guys know nothing. They don't even know the bare minimum for this drama to even start to contend it, right? They don't know anything. They just be saying shit, man.
Wait, hold on. Do you think that I'm wrong about him
Disappointing.
lying about so many other things? Like,
Well, maybe. Wait, I need specifics.
Oh my god.
Well, dude,
Okay.
don't give me this. Oh my God, shit.
It's
this
so
is my. This is
silly.
the
Like,
problem I
your
have.
standard of
Look,
evidence
look.
for this guy-
This is why.
Don't-
Look,
don't
Doobie,
feign.
Doobie.
Standard of
I've done
evidence
this.
for this
I've
guy.
had this
So fucking
same
high.
conversation against DGGers about you. How Doobie's a Nazi.
about
Doobie
me?
said this and Doobie said that, and they just
They
keep
actually have a
piling
much better
shit
argument that I
on,
am a Nazi,
and nobody
actually.
ever wants
Wait,
to
so
go into like the
ideology
details of
means
why.
nothing to
They just want to
actions,
say,
though.
"Wow, you want to argue about this one thing, even though we know all this other shit about this person." When a lot of the other shit's not true either, and that's what's
Okay,
happening.
Hold on. I don't even need the rest of the patterns of dishonesty.
Okay,
because
then don't
of
bring it
the
up
shit
again.
Okay, but hold on.
Unless
this
you
is
want to
a-
go through each one.
This is just.
I-
This is.
okay,
This is
here's
a-
the way-
Doobie,
there's one thing I wanna go
Doobie.
through.
No.
This guy's terrifying. Okay, what the fuck? Holy shit. This guy's going so hard.
Oh
This is
god,
what's
don't do the meta.
Right. This is. It's important to do the meta. Like what we have here is we have.
What meta? This is-
I'm assuming some cult member that can't accept reality because he's too in love with the concept of Destiny and DGG. But I'm working.
Dude, I like how Fabian Scott, ever since he's been fucking destroyed by that fucking zoo animal comment, ever since Fabian Liberty got destroyed by that zoo animal comment, like he's just been trying to get back at him. He's just like he can't do it. He can't get back at him. He just can't do it. This guy destroyed his ego. This guy destroyed his soul. It's fucking over.
It's insufficient
okay?
evidence. That's just my first assumption.
He's got
And
no more
there's this
mental.
tactic where you're trying to establish several things as a pattern. He wants to go through each one, present a different counter argument, and muddy the waters with each thing because he doesn't want to deal with the overarching narrative that he's already accepted, which is that Destiny is an immoral degenerate, right? Which is
Fabian,
redundant.
I'm actually rubber and you're glue, so checkmate. Go on, Doobie.
No, wait.
Exactly.
I want to ask. Like you're talking about like going like one.
Wait, what? I don't get that. Wait, hold on. I'm rubber and you're glue. Wait, what? Wait, hold on. Was that a roast or something? Wait, I'm sorry. I just don't get it. Listen. I'm sure he said something epic there, and I'm sure Fabian's a loser. But wait, I don't get
One
the
by one.
roast.
Well, yeah, because
No,
dude,
that's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
Very quickly, however quickly we can do it.
Everything bounces off me and sticks to you. Oh, okay.
What is the sufficient evidence here that J-Stock was personally involved in doxing people that would give the right to Destiny to dox him?
J-Stock was personally directly.
Because remember, J-Stock was the one who was doxed, and so what did he do to justify that action against him?
To be clear.
Yeah.
Yes, I believe it was counterdoxing.
Okay. So what did he do?
All right, let me pull it up. Hold on.
He had a community of people who hated Destiny and doxed them, and therefore should suffer the crimes of his community.
It's really easy. I mean, J-Stock is was ingrained with Spicy Chat at the time as well. And Spicy Chat and as a whole is fully, like, if you're a part of its core community, like, I'm not just talking about occasional messages. If you're a part of its core community and you contribute towards the environment, and you also, like, say some things like, I don't know, you endorse Blav, or you, like, say Blav W, or you say anything of that sort, or you, like, say Solo W, or you take Solo, you basically you talk with Solo and you talk with Blav, I'm sure behind the scenes, then yeah, like, of course, you're no longer you're no longer just a bystander, right? You are somebody who is actively participating and encouraging and enabling the negative behaviors that are being accused of you, even though you're not personally doxing. You are somebody who is participating in an environment and is encouraging that environment, in which that environment attracts people like Blab, it attracts people like Solo. But yeah, I mean, like, again, I don't know what else this person is going to bring up. Maybe it's some evidence that I haven't seen before or something, but that's probably will be my go-to if I was debating or something. But I try not to debate these days. Okay, listen, all right, because I'm a coward. Okay, but I have the power to become a coward. Okay, some people don't. So good luck. Good luck.
Can I post in Prime? I've never used Streamlabs before.
And the Discord. The Discord group TM that you're in.
Urban Glue is big.
I just want on record. I'm going to post evidence before Doobie did. Just on record.
Oh God.
Noted for the
Don't know God me. Don't know God me.
Yeah, I'm
going to point out the different standard that I'm being held to.
Hey, Scott. While Lawson's working on that, what would be wrong? I mean, like, from like an argumentative stance to do what he's doing, right? He's saying, hey, you're presenting a lot of data, right? You're telling me all these things, but like, unless we establish that these individual incidences are actually true, then the overarching narrative is untrue. What would be wrong?
There's nothing wrong with isolating arguments and handling them one at a time. There is something wrong with isolating arguments one at a time and then attempting to introduce new counter arguments that move into a different direction and subvert the conversation, so that Doobie has to try and regain control of the conversation so that we're on some relevant topic, and then constantly subverting with one at a time so that the conversation turns into nothing. Because you notice we haven't gotten anywhere on anything, and it's mostly because you brought on this stupid fucking clown.
No, that's not the reason. The reason is because you guys were literally talking about politics for the first 2.5 hours. You guys couldn't even get to the you guys couldn't even get to the drama until this guy had to be brought in order to, because Prime Kai, this absolute clown, okay, is too much of a retarded moderator to get anybody on track. But so then you have to bring in somebody who actually is the content, who actually brings the heat, okay, who actually is entertaining, okay, in some degree, even though he has a shitty mic. He does have a shitty mic, okay, but he's entertaining. He's powerful. He seems like a good debater at the very least. So yeah, like the thing is that I'm not hearing this from rejected Vivance Frog, okay? Fucking Hassan Chair reaction, fucking melanin level above 0, counterpoints, a conservative Hassan impression, Lactoid here, clearly paid off by Putin, okay? Fabian Liberty looks like Chud Logic drawn from memory, and Corey Campbell, who is in danger of losing his hairline, okay? Like, I'm sorry, I just can't, I can't, okay? Like, I'm not hearing this from these people, okay? Like,
To just act like a stupid fucking
You're
clown
right, Fabian.
instead
You
of
guys are
actually
making hella
engaging with it.
progress before I got here on getting to the bottom of things.
Okay. But well, thank you for answering that. I mean, all right, that's it's an answer.
Look, I know I'm
Look, this
biased.
is Lactoid. Wait, one thing. This is where I sympathize with you guys, because this is exhausting. This is something that does take like hours and hours and hours, because it all goes back to like the Anne of War shit and like the 15-year-old he said was hot like 8 years ago and like other shit. Like it is exhausting. So I will, I will cut you some slack on that.
There's also, and like I said, I think it's good to go like, and that's why I asked you specifically about the JStock thing, just because when I saw the fact that he doxed him, and I also the death threats and everything, I thought this was like pretty extreme. Like this was sort of crossing the Rubicon in terms of just kind of like, I didn't think a streamer this big would be doing stuff like this. Like this is pretty wild, right? But to give Doobie like a little bit of credit here as well, like when you have somebody who has such a long,
dude, what are we, like? He's right. He's right. Lawson is right. Lawson is right. Yeah, this shit takes too long to get through, right? In order to actually debate this topic, you have to go back to the beginning, okay? You have to go listen, all right? You have to watch my coverage. You have to watch my coverage, right? I mean, like, you don't have to watch my coverage. I mean, you can do a lot of this, like, investigating yourself. You can piece together things yourself. You can do that, but it'll be really painful, right? Like, the thing is that, like, it's just so hard to understand everything that's happening. Like, everything, like more than half the battle is explaining what the fuck is going on and not trying to sound like a fucking schizoid, right? Is that you don't want to sound like a crazy conspiracy theorist while you're trying to explain this to people, especially people who are not familiar with the snark space, right? The snark space is just something that people typically don't have to deal with, right? On a daily basis. But it's complicated. There's a lot of things that are going on. It's just, yeah, like, fuck. Yeah,
history as Destiny does in this space. You can't, like, especially like on a panel like this where we got what, 3 hours, 3.5 hours, we can't possibly go in depth on every single one of these, right? Sometimes you just have to like obliquely mention them, right? And you have to say, look, this is like part of a pattern of behavior. Don't you remember XYZ?
No, but the expectation is that everyone on this panel should have some level of knowledge about the snark space and at least the facts of the matter. Like, please, they already got like several, they don't even have the full story. None of them have the full, literally none of them, 0. I think Lawson is somebody who has the full story, but that's it. Again, I think Lawson has the full story. I think Doobie might have the full story, or just mainly because Doobie is like anti-Destiny. He probably reads Kiwi Farms. He probably like understands what's going on to some degree at the very least, right? But the thing is that like nobody else on this panel knows jack shit.
You could say, okay, well, but let's like go into XYZ. We don't have enough time to go into
very
XYZ.
frustrating.
I mean,
I agree.
Alone is 20 hours, right?
Very
so,
frustrating.
But you can go into X though. And
potentially, but then
but then you're not getting to
Y,
point to Y and Z.
Yeah,
people are going to say, well, even if X isn't true, look at
X is the starting point.
No, but remember, XYZ was like this is proof of the pattern of behavior of some like the actual point that we're trying to talk about, and then the whole panel is now just talking specifically about X as opposed to the point of the panel, which I guess I'm kind of participating in by asking details as to how JStock was responsible for doxing people. But to me,
they're used to talking about complicated topics they know nothing about. Yeah, including economics, by the way. But also, can I just say this, okay? thank you guys for being here. Okay, I want to take some time to, you know, sincerely thank you guys. Okay, the reason I want to is because we have dipped below 200 viewers maybe once or twice. Okay, but the entire time we have stayed above 200. That is nuts. That's nuts. 200 at 1:27 a.m. Pacific in the morning here. This late at night. That's legendary, okay? Thank you for being here. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. You guys are literally the most supportive fucking audience ever, okay? On God. All right, but thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Wonder if it's Lawson Harrison who is a anything else sub and active in Connor's chat. I don't know if there's Lawson Harrison. I've never heard Lawson Harrison speak before. Does anybody else have any like clips of Lawson to see if there's the same voice and same mic quality? I think it is. Wait, is it really? If it's Lawson Harrison, then no, he doesn't watch me. Sure. I don't think Lawson watches me. But he is making good argument. He sounds like he knows his shit, right? Does that make sense? Like he sounds like he has actually done research or he has looked into this. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's complicated.
This is like particularly important because I think that this was done. My theory as to why this was done was because I think that JStock was threatening the brand, but also this kind of behavior is like particularly egregious. Like as streamers or even just internet people, I think that all of us would be pretty, or I guess maybe are pretty terrified of somebody who's dramatically more powerful than us, putting in resources into doxing us and making death threats to us. That kind of scares me a little bit.
I'll tell you right now, I'm doxed. I'm finding the person who doxed me and going to them, like directly.
Okay.
But you're not going to. But you're not.
Bro, can somebody please get this fucking meathead off the fucking panel? Dude, this guy is such a fucking cheeseball. It's ridiculous, dude. Dude, honestly, if you're gonna go and like try and act like a badass, just like go somewhere else, okay? I'm sorry, but Twitch poll is not the space where you're supposed to pretend you're some kind of badass meathead person who is out there to do violence, okay? Like, I'm sorry, go somewhere else. God, you're so fucking cringe. Just look at you and your fucking 2-pixel ass.
1,000% I will. I promise you.
But here's the thing. Like,
I promise you, I will.
You're not going to be able to know who. You're not going to be able to know who did it. And these people have much more money and much more power than you.
Like, I'm sorry, if you don't know anything about any topic, how about you just shut the fuck up? How about you shut the fuck up, close your mouth, go to the kitchen and make me a sandwich, okay? Because you're a bitch. That's what you are, okay? Because the thing is, you have nothing useful to contribute. You probably eat your fucking boogers, and you probably, like, stuff, like, mucus, like, up your fucking nose again. I'm sorry, up your nose, like, back up your nose, okay? I think the only thing you're useful for is for putting you back into your mom's fucking vagina, okay?
Sorry, like this is part of like power dynamics are usually like memes, right? But there is something here as to like if a multimillionaire is trying to come after you and you're not that, you're kind of at a huge disadvantage.
Yeah, leftist power dynamics are actually completely correct, not just memes. But anyway, Fairy Queen FQ. That's a nice picture of you right there.
Fairy Queen. Oh my god, dude, this person is another pathetic Destiny anti-fan who just like becomes another like not so erudite hater. He's just so fucking stupid. What can I say? Okay.
FQ. Says ask Lawson how Destiny knows that Rose has.
I think Lawson was one of the OG subs to anything else. I don't know for sure, but I think I remember Dan saying his name. If it's Lawson Harrison, it must be the same Lawson Harrison that is the black economist person on Twitter, right? Because I remember that there was some person on Twitter who is a black economist person, right? Is it that same person?
With like 10 different guys in the video, which he says in the Willie Mac DMs, if he didn't possess or view the CP on his computer. So Lawson?
First of all, Fairy Queen, love you, miss you. Hope you're doing good. I'm sure he saw them. My contention is not Destiny never viewed.
Jesus.
I mean, what's probably now child porn.
Well, it was CP then too.
Well, sure, yeah. I'm just saying, like, I'm sure he did.
Whether or not he knew is
yeah,
you know, up for the mysteries of the universe, right? Like, I mean, maybe he knew, maybe he didn't know. That like the contention is whether or not he kept it. Did he handle it responsibly? He clearly either didn't handle it responsibly at all, or he's just lying to people to like so that he can, because he's a 5D chess genius.
What was that Fairy Queen Dono? She's one of the erudite not so haters, yeah, she is just also kind of unhinged. Like just constantly fixating on hating Erudite and Destiny. Also, like one of these anti-fans. Like there's this group of people who are like white women, okay, who are like totally listen, I don't want to go full Asmongold, okay? But like they are the closest to getting me to become virulently sexist, okay? Listen, I got my own audience of listen. All right, listen. All right. Like on the internet it's just one white woman against another white woman, okay? All right, there's nothing different than that, okay? As long as there is another white woman will view that white woman as a threat to its territory, okay? White women are very territorial animals, okay? All right, that's what's going on. You have a love-hate relationship. Well, yeah, I'm attracted to them, which means I love them, but also I find them annoying, in which I hate them. But I only like them again once I roast Asmongold for being sexist, okay? But then, you know, I hate them again the moment they, you know, yap. Listen, all right? It's complicated, okay? My mom was white. I'm kidding. No, she's not white. She's Asian.
And then later he'll show that he did actually handle it responsibly and that it was all lies and smoke and mirrors. I mean, like, you know, I could sprout wings and fly potentially, but all of the available evidence that we have points to the fact that he is wildly, at minimum, is a dude in his mid-30s constantly going after teenagers and not really giving a fuck if they're underage or not in any real way, and is using his power and influence to try and you know, garner that, maybe make some careers, and you know, and that's a fucking problem. And then when people reach out to him, he is wildly handling this wrong and is maintaining child porn on his computer for some fucking reason, and that this is a relative pattern of behavior, not necessarily the CP, but in constantly being involved in drama and in bullshit and in potential
and destroying these teens' lives and these 20-year-olds'
like,
lives.
Yeah,
I mean, he's made a few 20-year-olds' lives too, to be fair. But you know, but I mean, that's what you get when you go with Destiny. You get to roll the dice whether or not your life is ruined or whether or not you get a career. And he's, you know,
Thanks, Destiny.
You know, it's kind of like a Harvey Weinstein. You know, maybe if you just bend over.
Okay, that's cringe. Okay, stop. All right, but I am genuinely thankful for like the 3 raids that I got from Destiny. Okay, the 3 raids is crazy, and also like there's nothing stopping him from constantly raiding me either. Like every single time it's post stream, and our streams just happen to line up, right? Because
on the couch forum, you can have a career in this industry.
Oh no. Alexander went $5. Says my apologies, just thinking of Pixie, no problem. We all make mistakes, not a big deal.
Yeah, sorry, there's just so many.
Another 19-year-old, like it's just. Well, even if they, once again, I think it's morally disgusting to be skirting like you're 36, you're scrolling Discord for 18, 19-year-olds, 20-year-olds.
You know what? I am ecstatic that we can all land on mild social conservatism being the right way to conduct your personal affairs. I'm happy we all agree on that.
I think it's just being a normie, bro.
I wanted to talk about that counterpoint because I had a larger conversation with someone else offline about this very issue, and we just don't have time to get because it's going to be inflammatory. It's going to be extremely inflammatory. But I think that very quickly, right? I think there is something to be said about people who tend to have like a predilection for those who are much younger than them, right? Like, and they like establish a pattern. Like that's type of person. That sounds like a red flag to me, right? If nothing else, that sounds like a red flag.
Liberals and progressives.
It looks like a paraphilic disorder. Right?
So here's actually part of my beef because I actually do have a 30%, 40% crossover with DGG, okay? And this is my beef. Liberalism, maximum human liberty, effectively, like, it doesn't really make a prescription past the age of 18. It says like, oh, you're an adult, pursue your happiness. And actually, when you make a whole bunch of assertions about like, well, maybe happiness isn't the end all be all of existence. Maybe you need to pursue like purpose or principle, like happiness and pleasure is not like the end all be all of existence. You'll get a lot of pushback. You'll be like,
yes, it is. But principles and values and struggle is a part of happiness too. I mean, like it just defines how you define happiness, right? But like, yeah, I mean, that is also to achieve your own self-happiness, knowing that you're keeping to principles, knowing that you're keeping to something that you like. That is also a part of happiness. But I mean, like, I guess like what he means is hedonism, like feeling good. I think that's what he means. I think that's what he's actually meaning. He means like, oh, gooning makes you feel good, but maybe it's better if you don't goon that day, you know, or something like that. I'm pretty sure that's actually what he means.
Like, well, who are you to moral frog about my decisions? You know, I'm an adult. I can do whatever the fuck I want, right? Well, the whole point, though, is that, like, mild social conservative, like ordered freedom, ordered liberty, actually does have something to say about how you conduct your affairs after the age of 18. Because it says if you engage in all these degenerate behaviors, you're gonna reap what you sow.
So, okay.
Yeah, which in turn maximizes happiness, right? Which in turn maximizes Again, this is all comes back to happiness. But...
Contradictory and hilarious.
So
it's really not, Fabian. It's really not.
Maximizing freedom with authoritarianism. Got it.
Yeah, like, so very.
Okay, and then Fabian is just completely useless. This utter piece of waste. This worthless soul destroyed. This guy has his soul destroyed by this fucking no profile picture Lawson guy, okay? Look at him. He's just like still thinking about it because his fucking ego got obliterated. But
quickly, right? Like,
that's not authoritarianism.
If we're talking about individuals who are specifically seeking,
so
and again, maybe we might have a larger conversation about this, because we just don't have the time. But anyone who is seeking specifically in their partners, a person who has less power than them, right? Who is looking as the power balance as a positive dating trait, that's a person who's a massive red flag, right? So, like, now these power imbalances come in different ways. It could be age, right? That's a classic one. It also could be money, right? Like, let's say our friend Doobie, right? Let's say Doobie, you know, wealthy, but like, if he had met a series of like millionaire women, right, who are otherwise amazing and completely compatible with him, right, and could be the love of his life, but he says no because they have as much power as I do, right? I'd rather date someone poor. Well, I would say, hey, that's a red fucking flag, right? Like, I would examine that. And I would do the same thing with age. Like, if this is your predilection,
so you're saying progressives do have some level of criticism.
So at the same time, right? The fact that I don't know, like his wife's income level, but like I believe she's lower, right?
Prime, doesn't this make homosexual relationships more ethical than heterosexual relationships because women are below men in the power dynamic?
No.
I don't. It is more ethical to be gay.
That's interesting
because of sexism, right?
Let me just get it out. Let me just get out the thesis, okay? Right? Is that, like, just because you happen to be involved with a person where there's some sort of power imbalance does not necessarily tell me on its face that there is a problem, right? If there's a larger pattern, that's different, right? Or if I can see inside this relationship, if I can examine it and examine the mechanisms of that relationship, then maybe I can say, oh, there's like like an abusive use of the power.
I think maybe the confusion happens when people have called a red flag as like there's such a negative connotation. It does deserve a negative connotation, but I think people often think of a red flag more of like this means bad as opposed to this is a warning sign of something potentially bad, right? So I actually agree with you, right? As much as I'm not a power dynamics fact, you're saying like if you're seeing a dude in his 40s or in his mid 30s that is
oh no, guys, we dipped below 200. We're at 196 now. I think we're cooked.
Constantly trying to find, you know, burgeoning e-girls in their older teens over and over and over again. That's a massive red flag of a pattern of someone that.
Oh, wait, hold on. We have 8 viewers on Kick. Okay, we're safe. Whew. Okay.
Is constantly looking for someone that he has some level of control or influence over. But that's not the same thing as a 36-year-old dating a 22-year-old once. That like that's not a pattern, and even then that might be a red flag. But then you get to know them, and then you're like, oh, the red flag wasn't true in this scenario.
Exactly.
I think the predominant thing here, though, to consider as a broader framework is that.
Remember, okay, just remember, if you offer to pay for food, that's a red flag, okay? What do you mean you're, you know, exercising your financial stability and your financial power over someone by offering to pay for food? Dude, what is wrong with you? Okay? What are you trying to do? Rape them? Bitch.
Power isn't like power.
British GG are waking up the schizo panel? Is that you, Alex?
Power dynamic isn't in any.
Listen, there's probably going to be some people who have never watched me live before, who is watching me live for the first time, because I'm staying up this late to how long is this shit?
Way inherently evil in that regard. I think the problem comes to the fact of, listen, 18 is an arbitrary number that we have decided where we say, look, a majority of people have an adult brain, or at least enough of an adult brain at this point.
Okay, coming from a narco-capitalist, this is a red flag, okay?
To be able to make rational decisions as an adult ought to be able to make that. I personally think it's too low, but whatever.
Same here. I agree.
Right.
What have I said that was cringe?
Like I think it should probably be closer to 20, 21 without parental permission, but that's just my opinion. Nevertheless, what I would say is that, you know, it's even in a power dynamic, it's not necessarily the power dynamic that is a problem. The problem is, does the person that is in the submissive or the subservient or the lower subordinate, lower power role, do they have the capacity to be able to make rational decisions? And there are certain situations where that doesn't apply. A 17-year-old would be one of those situations, or someone that is on the brink of death from starvation would be another similar situation.
But can I say, I want to interject real quick. This is my beef.
Well, I'm done.
Okay. This is my beef, though, is that, like, I swear to God, some people, 18 years in 1 second, they're like, oh, yeah, start sex work immediately. No consequences. Who gives a shit? You're an adult. Do whatever you want to do.
I hate that.
Right.
It's evil.
And so
it's morally repugnant.
And so for me, while that's...
I feel like this isn't consistent, though, with what he believes. Because he's a narco-capitalist, right? Like, I feel like that's not consistent with his fucking philosophy. But, like, I don't know, dude. Like, these people just say whatever they want at this point. I don't think any of them understands anything that they're actually saying. It's
legally true. If there was somebody who was just constantly like 18-year 1 second, hey, what's up? 18-year 1 second, hey, what's up? 18-year 1 second, hey, what's up? Then of course the indication of the pattern is that you're engaging with people who are socially, sexually, experientially immature, so you can capitalize on that, so you can take advantage of their inexperience, so you can get access to cheap, gratifying sex, and then you can ditch them whenever you want, whenever you feel like it, because it's it's cheap, experiential
because
thrill.
It's legal. Let's also be honest. If you're constantly looking at the 18-year-olds and that's who you're targeting, if the law was 17, we all know that they'd be waiting until the day they turn 17. And if the law was 16, they probably would be too.
But this expands into a moral prescription, by the way. And people keep saying like, oh, you have no morals, you have no principles. I've been with my wife for 13 years. I haven't had any other emotional or physical relationships with any other person in that entire time. I have 2 children. I'm a relatively disciplined.
We've been pretty emotional between us. I don't know.
Right.
You know what? It would be funny if suddenly it were to come out that Connor the entire time has been cheating on his wife. It would be very sad, but it would be very funny, ironically speaking. Okay,
but that's more like a fraternal love than a sexual love, Prime. Okay. So anyway,
so you say.
So you say.
You may have personal morals. I think people, myself included, were calling you out for willing to work with people that don't have those morals.
They don't share.
But I think that.
Would it be any different if you raise the age at 21? They start at 21 in 1 second. You're either illegal or you're not. Fuck off with all the splitting hairs. Yeah, I wish people would just like. I think we're all talking about like morality here, right? Fuck. Whatever, man.
Especially in this space, though. I think that Fabian, you and I are the only person that are married and have kids.
Wait, I'm married and have kids.
Well, I'm married.
Yeah, I'm married.
He's married to Fabian and he has kids with him? I don't think I needed to know that.
And I will have a kid in March.
Yeah. Oh, actually, Doobie does as well. Okay,
yeah,
all right, hold on.
We all got. Yeah, but Doobie's marriage is a fake marriage.
Me, Corey, and Prime are the only people who've never been.
You know what? I stand corrected. But I would
say,
bro, we don't even know what Doobie looks like. There's no shot this guy has kids. We don't even know what he looks like.
Love you.
I would forward the argument that 2 or 3 years ago, it's actually kind of funny how times change things. 2 or 3 years ago, 70%, 80% of Twitch poll panels were 100% like, 18 to 30.
Oh my God, who is dying of fucking pneumonia in the background? Like, what is that, typhus fever?
Year-olds who were promiscuous, who were sex workers, who were single.
Can I defend banging
in family, all that bullshit.
I want to defend banging.
You can't say that while looking like a fucking passport, bro.
No, Lactoid. No,
you can't.
You're wearing the passport, bro.
I just want to get these super chats out.
Wait, Lactoid's going to defend banging 18-year-olds? What?
Oh my God, here comes another fairy queen. Oh my God. All right, wish you can.
It's good content. We got to do that. Fairy Queen, again, wonderful picture. Look at Mr. Girl's explanation of Destiny sexuality, Connor.
Destiny definitely the authority there.
And
thoughts on Toronto's face reveal? Put the mask back on.
Yeah, Mr. Girl knows about fucking inappropriate sexuality. That's for goddamn sure.
Destiny isn't an out-of-control party boy.
Says the
He's more like a flasher on the street corner. The violation is the turn on. The violation is the turn on in that of itself.
Okay, I'm not willing to. Okay,
can I respond to Fairy Queen after Connor?
Well, yeah, if I could be brief.
Wait,
I brought this up. I brought this up in DMs.
Oh God.
Somebody
Dude, these guys are so boring. Why couldn't we have Lawson on as a permanent, like, fucking... Like, dude, we need someone who is, like, pro DGG, who isn't just Connor, dude. Like, I hate it when... I'm sorry, listen. Like, Lawson is the only person who's going full savage, like, debate lord mode against, like, these actual, like, dysgenic clown fucks, dude. I can't with this. Like, this... It's already filled to the brim with, like, anti-fans, okay? Like, I'm not saying that these are part of the anti-fan crowd, but I'm saying that they just don't like Destiny. It's so stacked. It's a fucking circle jerk. That's what it is, right? It's a circle jerk against Destiny. It's so boring. Just get
breaking
out.
up. So I brought
No,
this
it's
up
just
in the
Lawson
end.
like rubbing his hands together. Or
This is the danger of the hedonic treadmill. Okay.
Okay, weirdly anti-Semitic, but okay.
If you're unfamiliar with the concept, go ahead and take a look at it. But it effectively says that we're psychological beings who adapt to pleasure-seeking behavior constantly. And so we pursue, we obtain, we enjoy, we derive satisfaction, then we look for the next thing to pursue. And so while this is like a useful survival mechanism because it rewards food, water, sex, shelter, all that kind of stuff.
It's high time preference.
Effectively, within a luxurious society, you can get trapped on the hedonic treadmill where you're constantly pursuing the next high. And so if you're somebody who likes to consider morals, principles, values, higher level thinking, you might want to break or at least minimize your addiction to the hedonic treadmill.
Quickly, thank you, Landon Stewart. This is something nice. $5 says, got some more I can drop money. Prime, I always appreciate your many lantern shirts over the years and bring back all black everything. I would actually love to. We just need more reliable guests. It's really the long and the short of it. If I had more black people to bring in this space and have them be able to come on week after week, I would absolutely do it.
I'm available.
I think that Prime Kai legitimately does this for the love of the game, right? Like, he legitimately does panels for the love of the game. I can tell. But the thing is, like, he's not even good of a mod. He's just not a good moderator, right? Like, he's just not a good moderator, period. But like, I can definitely tell, like, I don't think he flusters himself over growing as a content creator. But to be fair, every person should want to grow as a content creator. But I don't know, except for him, I guess.
He is available, and it's something to be considering.
Jacket.
And Doobie, oh my God, we had a whole thing about this. Doobie wants to be part of it.
He just needs to change his avatar.
Okay.
Wait, Connor.
The person known for having 30-person fat. No, we need to have more. Oh.
Did you address her point though that it's not that he's a party boy, it's that he's more of like a flasher, and so it's like,
well,
what was?
Hold on. So what? Sorry. The point with the hedonic treadmill is that allegedly, at least from a conservative perspective, people get used to the high.
Who cares about politics? Can people just stop talking about politics? Did Mr. Grassi defend Destiny? Yes. I read the Substack. Honestly, if I didn't know of Destiny previously everything, I would have just written off and never looked into anything. Well, I mean, I'm glad that you're here, you know? Like, I am glad that you guys are here, so then at least you guys are able to get a pro-Destiny perspective, because, like, who knows when is the last time that came around, I guess, ever. It's just, like, fuck. It's just, like, I'm the only one. I feel like... Nah, Abba does count. No, I shouldn't discount Abba. Abba also has, like, greater reach than me. He probably has done way more than me in terms of that, just with one video, but yeah.
Of that pursuit. And so as a result, they have to keep pursuing more and more extreme things in order to obtain a high.
He's a victim of his own addiction.
Well, right. So at some point, you know, if you're not committed in a monogamous relationship, which I understand it's the ideal for me, it's not the ideal for everybody, et cetera, but sex is like your drug. You're going to get bored of doing missionary with a woman you love. You're going to keep pursuing more aggressive sex acts, looking for like higher and higher pleasurable achievement. And then obviously fucking crazy shit can happen as a result of your addiction.
So Lawson, did you find the reason it's okay to dox JSOC?
No, I didn't. I'm sorry, I've been switching between like laundry and some other stuff.
Not show proof.
Oh, my bad. I provided as much proof as everyone else did. Thank you.
Hold on, to be clear,
thank you.
You were saying, okay, hold on. I actually did provide some kind of proof, okay? And that is Destiny.
Wait, where?
Okay, it's in the group DM. So when he's asked by Willie Mack, if you're sending me this, I'm guessing you still have that video. His response is, guess why? It depends on what you're asking. And then, but yes, I created a copy, yada, yada, yada. So like he's asked.
Well, I never contested that.
Yes, you did. You asked me
why. No, I didn't.
Okay, you asked me what proof I had that he saw the video. Yeah, I'm not.
No, that he had the video.
Fucking collection of child porn. But I'm telling you, he's here when he responded to Willie Mack. He said, "Yes, I have it." Like that's
okay.
That was what he said.
Okay, can we agree that Willie Mack did call the police? Yes.
Yeah.
I'm guessing the police take child pornography fairly seriously.
I hope so.
I hope
Depends
so
on how
too.
rich you are.
Yeah.
Oh,
Destiny might be
yeah,
rich
I've had
enough
sure.
mixed
to.
experiences over the years with that. Yeah, reporting. Like
Yeah, he
this.
just slips the cops 100 when they come in and they don't care about CP anymore. Yeah, so I imagine if he did get the police called on him, that I don't think he would have streamed today if that were the case.
Okay, so hold on. So have you gone from we shouldn't think that he actually had this on his computer to well, he hasn't been charged with anything that we're aware of, so we should just trust him. Like, is that?
Well, I'm operating from the assumption that Destiny isn't a complete fucking idiot, and if
Why?
he did have that on his
At this point, why would
because
he do
he's just because he's not, and I don't believe you believe that he is either.
Hold on,
Yeah,
but
exactly.
I do think on this issue.
Inshallah.
Okay, thank you, Lawson. Thank you. Thank you for at least going there. Yes, he's not a fucking idiot. Yes, there is a reason why he possibly has child porn archived. It's so fucking obvious, isn't it? Because trust me, if he was actually guilty, maybe he wouldn't be streaming and still be having a streaming schedule, right? He would probably be under questioning or been arrested already. It would have already been on the news, right? Sportskeeda would have been over it, right? Like, fuck me, dude. This is so fucking moronic. This is so stupid. I mean, like, in before Destiny gets arrested tomorrow. But, like, the thing is that, like, the point is that, dude... the point is that I'm sorry. If your goal is to lock up Destiny, Blav is a loser, okay? Blav is not winning. Blav is a loser, okay? Blav is a loser. Blav and Solo are losers, okay? Because Destiny, if your goal right now, listen, good job, all right? If anything, you know what? If anything, if there's going to be a police investigation, you know what's going to happen? They might even say, well, it's been tampered so much by other people. It's been tampered so much by other people to the point where the investigation is like tampered with and diluted and contaminated, right? The evidence is contaminated by external sources, right? Good job, I guess. I don't know. I'm just like spitballing here, okay?
His interpersonal shit and his fucking weird sex habits.
You're doing the pile again. You're doing
Lawson.
Okay,
Would an intelligent person share someone's news with somebody that they just met in under a week? Would an intelligent person do that? I would say no. He did that.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
the balls make the brain turns off, dude.
Doobie.
Is that a stupid thing to do, or is that a reckless thing to do, or is that a legal thing to do?
Doobie, if we go off of what Fairy Queen was saying, right? We assume this to be true. I'm not saying this is true, right? I'm just offering a possibility. If we go off of the concept that Destiny is in a situation where he is addicted to the drama, addicted to the kind of the fear of getting caught, addicted to doing the perverse, then it is if we assume that to be part of the paraphilia that is enrapturing Destiny's sexual experiences, then it's perfect.
But just again, keep in mind, and don't let people get away with this. I believe that Destiny claims that he was already going to go to the DOJ. Okay, I'm pretty sure he has said that before on stream. Pretty sure he has already said he was planning on bringing Solo to the authorities. That was his plan. That is literally his plan. But I guess everyone just forgets about that for some reason. Just FYI, again, for the 50th time, Destiny wanted to bring Solo to justice. If that means including the production of CP, that includes that part as well. And he was working, allegedly, with a law firm to do it. But I guess everyone just conveniently forgets about that. You know? Just like how bad faith actors would, right?
I said assumed like 7 times, right? Allegedly.
Fair enough.
Sorry. Yeah, no, then it's perfectly reasonable to assume that Destiny can be I mean, it's not reasonable to assume that he's like super smart, but that he can be a slightly above average IQ person, or like a 115 IQ, whatever metric in that area you want to grab, and still engage in very stupid behavior in those instances because they would be wrapped up together. Just like a streaker, just like a flasher, right? The idea that they're like, ooh, the idea of getting caught, or, oh yeah, I have, like, it's not unreasonable that he might do stupid things in terms of showing what people what he has, because his paraphilia is taking over in that moment, or his sexual excitement about the idea of being in all this drama and this danger and in this like whatever state. So you can assume both of these things can actually be true, that Destiny is a relatively intelligent person and that he's engaged in really stupid disclosures of the the potentially dangerous sexual exploitations of his fucking Discord DMs. Right, those two things can be true at the same time if we were to take that framework that Fairy Queen was putting up for.
3 super chats.
I wanted.
3 super chats. $5 from Miss Devin77. Racism, sexism, phobophobia, bigotry, etc. are immoral, but if I curated my entertainment to match my morals, I'd be significantly less entertained. Oh, I guess it's the hedonic thing.
I love racists. That's true.
Oh, what? We'll talk about.
I mean, I hate Nick Fuentes. He's funny sometimes. He just.
Oh my god, just make Fabian stop talking, dude. God, this guy has nothing worthwhile to say. This guy is so useless, and he's anti-content. He's actually anti-content. He's so he's not entertaining. He's not even he's not even remotely entertaining, in any way. It's just
Oh boy. Okay, let's leave that alone. FQ again. Thank you, FQ, for the kind.
In a sense, you're my Alex Jones in the Destiny drama situation, Foods. I can't trust neither the government nor the media. Well, I mean, fuck. You know what happens when I have a question about this entire drama? You know what happens? I ask Destiny. Yeah. When I have a question, I ask to get his take on things. It's crazy, isn't it? Actual journalism? What? Actual utilization of bridges? What? Actual integrity? What? Asking for comment? What? Whoa. That's such a crazy idea, isn't it? Actually asking Destiny? Actually making sure you're getting correct information? Actually making sure you know what the fuck you're talking about? What?
Super chats, we really do appreciate it. It's really kind of you. Thanks so much. So she says, do you think 10
Also, isn't it more entertaining too when you know that I'm actually reporting on the source material? Isn't it just simply more what's more entertaining? Me guessing what Destiny is thinking, or me literally asking and getting answers for what Destiny is thinking on the fly? What is more entertaining? Obviously, the latter is more entertaining because you get the takes of the big dog himself, okay? Obviously, of course. I don't, why the fuck do we even need to dispute this, right? This is so fucking moronic. I have literally dropped, Destiny original content on this stream before. I have literally given, first drops on this stream before. Again, it's just so fucking moronic and stupid.
Ted Bundy attacked the sorority girls at Florida State because he was a quote-unquote degenerate.
Yes.
No.
Yeah, can I answer that? And also, I'm going to have to. Well, I need to leave in a moment, so I'll answer briefly. Degenerate 150 years ago was actually
That's fine, okay? If they're calling me a cocksucker, that's perfectly fine. I'll throttle that cock if that is what you define as cocksucking, okay? At least I'm not spinning 720 degrees on J-Stock's fucking fat belly while you try to spin on his stubby penis, okay? Jesus.
Stood as a statement about life, where if you engaged in good behavior, it would be generative, it would help you live, whereas degenerate were behaviors that would slowly slap your energy or sap your energy and kill you. So that's why drugs, promiscuity, all that kind of stuff is labeled degenerate. So unironically, Ted Bundy murdering people is degenerate behavior because it ended up fucking him over and killing him.
Okay.
Before you go, Connor, I have a question for you and Scott before you have to go, Connor. So just
sure.
Okay. Okay. Well, let me read this down really quickly, and then let's do. And I do want to hear your explanation, your defense.
Well, that's the question.
I want to answer that question.
Oh, okay.
I think I was bringing up degenerate a lot.
$10. This dono stands out as attestation that Doobie has provided facts relevant to the findings regarding details to the events of streamer Stephen Destiny Bonnell II in secure format with confidence to me. So thank you, Audacity. For that attestation.
This clown.
Thank you for the kind $10. Okay.
I'll answer the question about degeneration.
Well, if it's good enough for Audacity, it's good enough for me. So
I will say this because maybe it was regarded towards me or towards me. I don't know. I will say that Ted Bundy may have engaged in those attacks due to degenerate behavior. I will agree with counterpoints to some degree. I mean, primarily, it's because he's has ASPD, right? He was a psychopath, right? I mean, he has a personality disorder, and what causes personality disorders is a subject for a lot of debate, even in there's a lot there. But I would say that there are
Wait, hold on. I'm sorry. That has a lot for debate, but whether or not Destiny is guilty or anything is not, or something. I don't like. I don't even know what to say at this point.
Well,
it's just so stupid.
Oh God,
I'm sorry.
Structure. I can't think of the word. It's getting late.
Yeah, I mean, you've been mind raped by Lawson.
But there are people that function as sociopaths, right? They go into business or they go into other areas of life, and so it wouldn't be insane to say that his degeneracy may have led to that type of behavior or taking on those things. But that's
bro. Fabian Liberty is the kind of motherfucker who would like stand alone in the bathroom looking at his own reflection, holding the screen up of his phone and recording his voice and then playing the recording back to himself. That is the kind of motherfucker Fabian Liberty is, okay?
Like just, it is not primarily or predominantly because of degeneracy. It may have had an effect, but I think we're talking about different things. We brought up Destiny as a degenerate as the baseline, that this is at the minimum, he is a degenerate, which is a bad thing, was my argument.
I wanted to respond to Fairy Queen's earlier thing. Fairy Queen, you and me are in the same position. We're both trying to get people to listen to the insights of a person who's apparently a sexual deviant.
What are you doing? What is that noise?
Yeah, I don't know.
Sorry, I apologize. I keep rubbing my hands together.
Don't worry about it. Maybe he's cold. Maybe
it's a compulsion of his people.
Okay. I was.
Wait, he's rubbing his hands together. Wait, really? Why? Why?
Thinking it, but I wasn't gonna say it. I didn't want to go there for the memes, but
please. Hopefully that's not anti-Semitic. Please.
It is.
I have a real job.
He's not Jewish.
I have a real job, and it puts wear on my hands.
I just know white people. Like I don't.
Listen, I stream. This isn't a real job, okay? Wait, hold on. I'm just gonna save this. Copy URL. Okay, all right.